We started in 1994, and we've been in business for 29 years. Um, and we started off doing hand injection. We didn't have any tractors. We started it off with machines that were pumping about 30 gallons a minute. And we were
Can you
using
describe that process? Hand injection, so they're
hand
using,
injection is without a tractor. So it's one rod or one probe that's 10 foot long. It has a T on it, and then we're pushing it in the ground manually, and we're injecting on, same as a tractor. We're doing it on 6-inch intervals. We've got our dilution ratio. We've looked at the geotech report. We're doing it on the same, we're doing it on 3-foot centers, and we're just hand injecting it. And it's the same process. It does the same thing. It's just less water.
right?
So that's how we started. And then we started out at Alliance Airport, and we were just doing some frontage roads out there. We did a test road. So we did one part of the road, and then the other part we didn't do. And at the time, they just wanted half the road done. So we did that. And then 6 months later, they called us back out, and they noticed that the concrete trucks that were running up and down the road, the part of the road that we had done wasn't rutting. Now, a concrete truck, I'm assuming, weighs 60, 70, 80,000 pounds, I'm not sure. And it was rutting a little bit, but not like the road, the half the road that we did not inject.
Amazing.
It was really rutting. They were getting stuck on it. So that's kind of how it started. And then they did some other tests and realized that the load bearing capacity of the soil was greater than it was before, and it stopped the swelling, which we knew that it was going to do that, but there was an added benefit to it. So it kind of started from there, and then we started doing driveways, sidewalks, swimming pools. Then we got into commercial a little bit, and that went on for a couple years, and then we decided, hey, how can we do this process faster? So we took a tractor, we took the bucket off of it, and we built an injection mass that held 5 rods at 10 feet. We go up to 10 feet, and we injected the same way that we did manual. We just did it hydraulically with 5 rods, which sped up the process. And we use more water in there because we really want to, when you're injecting, you want to flood that ground and get all the water that you can into it to swell it up.
Right.
And then you come back with chemical, and that goes through that lattice of the soil, because soil looks like pancakes under a microscope, if that makes sense to you. Mm-hmm. And then so that's what makes it swell. So you get a heavy bond of water in between those clay platelets, and then that's where you get your heave. And then when it dries back out, it goes back down. That's where you get your shrinkage at. So what we're trying to do is swell it up to its potential PVR, then come back with a dilution ratio of chemical and water, and then that changes the polarity of the clay, and then it doesn't have the ability to hold that heavy bond of water in between those clay platelets, and that's the soil stabilization that we do, chemical stabilization.